I'm just gonna go ahead and name some of the trades, and I just want you guys to give me your overall opinion on what you thought of them because we haven't had like literally never had a trade deadline like this ever. All right, so think about this, bro. We seen Christian McCaffrey get traded, Jonathan Hankins get traded, Kadarius Toney get traded, Roquan Smith get traded, Chase Claypool get traded, Calvin Ridley get traded, all in the same time frame. Oh, and I can't forget about Bradley Chubb, bro. So, what do you guys think is going to be the most impactful trade so far? And I'm gonna start with you, Rod.
Woo, the most impactful
Not and
trade.
don't be a homer. We're not talking about the Bradley Chubb.
No. Listen. The Bradley Chubb trade. Hey, listen. The Bradley Chubb trade is going to have impact. But when I think about the landscape of the NFL and what I think about the teams in it, I gotta say, man, Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs. I don't think people realize how dangerous that could be, dog. And he wasn't even really that bad with the Giants. He just wasn't really playing. I think he was in the doghouse with the coaching staff. He's on a winning team now. He's with Andy Reid, a player-friendly coach. He's with Mahomes. He's the guy that they need. He's the big play. People call him a poor man's Tyreek. With Mahomes, he could be Tyreek 2.0. So I gotta say Kadarius Toney for me.
Okay, all right. Gmob.
Yes, sir. So for me, honestly, I don't know. I like the trade that the Vikings did for TJ. Honestly, I think that'd be a good asset to the team. He definitely a good tight end now. But at the same time, like Ross said with that pick, um, I think the craziest pick to me, the one who ain't gonna get no type of shine, honestly, because the type of caliber player he is Chase Claypool. I feel sorry for that boy.
Bro, what you mean? You feel sorry for him? Bro, okay, all right. So, okay, all right. I actually am on the opposite of you, bro. I actually like the Chase Claypool going to the Bears, bro, because the irony of what the Bears are doing right now is they've had almost 2 years to figure out if they like Justin Fields or not, right? The new regime that took over this year did not like him. They got rid of everybody. They were trying to sabotage that man. And then they were like, you know what? We don't care about his health, bro. We just gonna run this nigga to the ground. Oh, wait a minute. He's actually talented, bro. We could do some things with him, bro. Now we got to go ahead and trade a second round pick to get a wide receiver that the Steelers don't want, bro. I just thought it was hilarious. And you realize why are certain teams have sustained success and certain teams are who they are, bro. The Bears have not had a quarterback that's made the Pro Bowl in a Bears uniform since Jim McMahon, bro. I'm not blaming any quarterback anymore. Jay Cutler, I don't blame you. Mitch Trubisky, I don't blame you. Whoever was there before Jay Cutler, I don't blame you. Rex Grossman, I don't blame you, bro. Like, this is the Bears. And they're doing the most Bears stuff. And it shouldn't take this long to figure out that, oh, wait a minute, we have been doing wrong by our quarterback. Oh, wait a minute. This quarterback that we drafted, that we traded to get at the 10th overall spot, we might actually have something, bro. So I actually like the trade, bro, because what's the worst that could happen? Like, he has to be better than whoever the hell Justin Fields has right now, in my opinion, dog. In
He
my
is
opinion.
Oh
easily.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
without a
And
doubt. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Bears will be the Bears,
This is true.
and
You were very,
okay,
yeah, you were right. You're right.
and
I ain't
Dom, go
saying the
ahead, get it.
Steelers either.
and just to add to what Herb was saying, uh, about the Bears. Just the Bears kind of stuck in the '80s. They kind of spend all their money in like the wrong places. Like they're the only team that goes like, or until this trade, they went super hard on like middle linebackers. Like nobody fucking does this shit anymore. So okay, you got like Roquan Smith, and then you had Khalil Mack before. They spend all their money on the wrong fucking positions. So you gotta have top tier
Okay.
skill positions. So if you look at all the the quarterbacks that popped most recently, when you got them skill positions, they take the fuck off. Kyler Murray got D Hop, take the fuck off. Josh Allen gets Diggs, take the fuck off. Kirk Cousins got Jefferson, takes the fuck off. Dak got Coop and he had Lamb at the same time. What happens? Take the fuck off. What happens when you put Tua with Jalen Waddle and fucking Tyreek Hill? takes the fuck off. So like with the current structure of the NFL, the way the rules are right now, the way you can't really hit across the middle of the field, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to invest in like defensive players who have to like clog up the middle of the field to actually primarily go against a running game. And right now, nobody gives a fuck about the running game anymore. Like it's not ground and pound no more. Only people do that shit is fucking Tennessee, and that's just going to the wayside too.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but if I got Derrick Henry getting 200 yards every other game, bro, fuck it. It is what it is. We just gonna ride that bit to the ground, baby. We
And you
gonna
gonna
ride
run,
that
and
bit to
you
the
gonna run them into the ground and not
we
fucking go
just
nowhere.
gonna run that bit to the ground, bro. All right, man. So, um, I actually didn't get yours though. Your premier trade that you think would be the most impactful trade, and
I
then
hate to
we'll
be
go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
hate to be that guy, man, but I'm gonna take the obvious pick, man. I'm gonna take C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey, just with the Shanahan style of offense and the different things that Christian McCaffrey can do. Because you gotta remember, he just had a triple crown, so he had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown in the same game. That hasn't been done in like fucking 10, 15 years. And that's the second week. He doesn't know. He's not that familiar with the playbook. He doesn't know like the offense all that well because this offense is fairly different than what he was running then. I mean, this can be extremely dangerous, right? With Shanahan having this type of talent and the way that he can kind of draw up plays and be creative and use Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk who's finally kind of like coming through into his own. I mean, we really looking at a situation in which Christian McCaffrey is a match made. Christian McCaffrey might be the best version of Taysom Hill. If Taysom Hill had talent, that's what you might get with Christian McCaffrey, where you can do a bunch of gadget shit. What you gonna do if you have a pistol formation and you got the backfield? You got Debo Samuel's on one side, you got Christian McCaffrey on the other side, and then you got Brandon Ayuk and the other wide receivers lined up stacked on one side. What the fuck are you gonna do? Because I have that could be a pass play, it could be a run play, it could be a jet sweep, it could be a jet sweep into a passing play. Because he had 35 air yards plus on that passing touchdown, which is fucking insane that you have the balls to attempt to play like that in his second fucking week. He was with the team for 10 days. Like, that's
That
fucking
is
insane.
crazy. That is
So
crazy.
imagine that with the training camp.
Okay, so all right, so we got two Dolphin fans right now, right? Which is very important to say. So I know I didn't want you guys to talk about the Bradley Chubb trade or whatever, but let's actually talk about the Bradley Chubb trade because that ties into you guys. That ties into you, Rodman. That ties into you, Dom. And I want to go. I want to see if you guys have differing opinions on it, which would be hilarious, bro. So, Dom, I'm gonna start with you. What is your overall assessment of the Bradley Chubb trade? But before that, got to get to some chats, bro. All right, man. Learn life. My dog say he loved the Titan this week, bro. Listen, man. I can't ever utter those words, bro. Like they've done lost me too much money too much times, bro. But if you believe in them, more power to you, my brother. If
Big
that's
facts.
what you want to do, every time I bet with Ryan Tannehill, I lose money, bro. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that Negro alone, man. But back to the Bradley Chubb trade, Dom. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it was too much? Do you feel like it wasn't enough? Do you like the fact that the Dolphins were being aggressive? What is your overall assessment of the trade, bro?
So I'll take the great words of Shannon Sharp via the Shanahan family, man. Fuck them picks. All right, fuck them picks. Us saying fuck them picks has gotten us very far this year. So I'm all about, hey, you know what? Fuck the future. Actually, I forgot if I read an article or some shit like that, but it was like football is the only sport where right now the way football is kind of set up, fuck the long term. Do everything you possibly can to win right now. And I feel like the Dolphins are doing everything they possibly can to win right now, especially in our division. Granted, I will say the only thing that makes me like hesitant is that we kind of went from having to worry about Brady and the Patriots to having to worry about like Josh Allen and the Bills. However, I do see a lot more like chinks in the armor of the Bills than I've ever seen within the Patriots, especially when they were initially forming their dynasty. So I feel pretty good about the damn Dolphins, and I'm actually like loving this trade. I'm loving everything that the front office is doing so far because that tells me that we're trying to win right now. It's win or fucking bust. No more of this 8-8 or 8-9 or 7 or whatever like bullshit we've been doing for the past 20 years. I want to either get to the top of fucking Mount Olympus or flame the fuck out. Like either one. I don't want to end up being in this fucking bullshit purgatory ass Dolphins fam that I've been living in since the fucking 2000s. with Chad Pennington as our fucking messiah.
Dog. Hey, listen, man, Rob, man.
I feel
Hey,
that pain,
hey,
dog. I
nah,
feel
bro.
that
Right? No, no,
pain.
fuck that, Rob. Fuck that. Stay true. Get this. We ain't letting this nigga on, bro. I ain't even a Dolphins fan, and I'm trying to keep this nigga, Rod. Get him, Rob. Block this nigga, man. Block. He wasn't there with you. He was ready to get off a tour. He ain't ready for this. He don't deserve this.
I'll
He
Well,
don't
slug it
I
off him
want to
deserve
talk
too.
it.
about Bradley Chubb first.
I'll
I want
slug
to
it
talk
off
about
him too.
Bradley Chubb first,
All
real
right,
quick.
go ahead. Go ahead with the Bradley Chubb, bro. How do you feel about Bradley Chubb, my boy?
No, listen, man. I'm with Dom on this one, man. I love the trade, and I think there are two things that you can gather from this. One of them, especially if you're a Dolphin fan. One, the general thing is that the Dolphins are all in on the process right now, right? Like the way I look at the Miami offense, it's kind of like a great meal, right? Like we finally have all the right ingredients. We got Chef McDaniel whipping it up, and everything is just starting to come together. So the Miami Dolphins are all in on on Tua, on McDaniel, on everything. The second point is, and this is for Dolphin fans, like we know this. When we traded for Bradley Chubb, all the analysts and all the sports, all the talking heads, they're talking about Bradley Chubb, and he is a really good pass rusher, like borderline elite, if not elite, right? When he plays, he's had health issues. But what I see is Jalen Phillips is about to eat because I don't know if people realize, like, he's really been the only pass rusher that teams have been worried about. In the Lions game, there were only two ways they dealt with him, Herbie. They either double teamed him or they held him. They were holding this man all game, like blatant holding calls, and the rest, for whatever reason, they act like they didn't see it. Like Bradley Chubb being in the mix means Jalen Phillips is going to get to eat because he can't double both of them, dog. So I'm super excited to see what this pass rush can do now that we've added another element. And when you factor in all the injuries we have in the secondary, we lost Brandon Jones for the year, our third best overall player on defense. You know what I'm saying? Byron Jones might not even see the field this year, dog. Like we don't know what's going on with him. Lost Nick Needham for the year, so our secondary was hurt. We can't run the same kind of offense that ultra aggressive zero blitzing offense. And even though our offense is good, when you're going up against the Chiefs and you're going up against the Bills and you're going up against the other high powered offenses, I mean, outscoring them is one way to beat them, but what are the odds of Tua and McDaniel going up against these established offenses, these guys who've been in big situations and overcoming them in a shootout? That's tough. So the only other option you have is elite pass rush. So man, I love the move, Herb, and the Jeff Wilson move is actually not bad too because we lost Chase Edmond. He's averaging 5.1 yards a carry. He could be the guy that they wanted Chase Edmond to beat.
Hey,
So
speaking of Chase Edmonds, man. So I was listening to my favorite podcast, the Dan Lebatard show, right? And they were talking about the stats with Chase Edmonds, bro. Would you believe that Chase Edmonds, by the advanced stats, was by far the worst running back in the league, bro? This
no fact.
man left he, he left yards on the field, bro. Like he got fired because Mike McDaniels on that 4th and 3rd against the Lions, which Mike McDaniels got crushed for because they didn't convert. Chase Edmonds had the Red Sea, bro. Mike McDaniels part of the Red Sea for that man, bro. He
Terran
completely missed
Armstead opened it. He was Moses. Terran Armstead was Moses, dog. The man had the biggest hole you could ever have, and he ran straight into where everybody else was. Screw the green pastures. Let's just go. Let's just go into the sausage fest, bro.
Hey,
Like,
hey, bro. I'm gonna remind y'all of somebody, bro. This the boogeyman, bro. We don't say this name no more because what he did on the football field scared everybody, bro. But Chase Edmonds is the closest thing since Trent Richardson, bro, for not having no vision, dog. Like,
well,
y'all
we
know
might get
Trent was
struck
the
by lightning, dog.
boogeyman,
You
bro.
can't be saying that. We might get struck by lightning,
I
man.
know it was just I know we just had Halloween, bro.
Well,
I didn't want to
damn.
scare y'all boys, man.
Goddamn.
Okay, so just in offensive Chase Edmonds, but defensive Tua, somehow, some way, and this is where I give Tua credit. Like he actually, his release is so fast, and he's really good. And then McDaniel's with the scheming, our O line is
Bro,
actually statistically
bro, what this
worse
man
than it
talking,
was
bro?
last year.
We not letting you on the tour train, bro. Why you even,
No,
bro?
I
We
don't want
not
to be on the
letting
Tua train. I
we
got
not
something for
letting
that
you
Tua train
on,
when y'all
bro.
ready for it.
Yeah, we ready, dog. But before,
Oh, we
man,
ready,
G,
man. We ready, man.
Gmob, man, get in, bro. Get in. Me and you, we not
bro.
Dolphins fans, bro. But how do you feel about the Bradley
I
Chubb trade?
look. I'm gonna put it this way. I only saw a few trades, but at the same time, my team ain't made no moves. So I ain't paid attention to what none of y'all teams did. I know who Bradley Chubb is, but I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. What's wrong with the Dolphins?
Hey, we the best team in Florida, baby.
That is true, bro.
right now.
Ooh, damn,
Y'all
that
is.
hurts,
I
bro.
give y'all that.
That
I
hurts,
ain't
bro. That
look,
hurts, bro.
look, the Dolphins, y'all on my ticket almost every week. I
I
give
mean,
y'all the benefit of the doubt.
all right, man. So let's take it to the bus, man, because you guys were riding high in 2020. Y'all beat the pandemic. You feel me? Y'all beat them charges. Y'all beat the trashineer allegations, bro. And it's been downhill ever since, dog. Tom Brady should have retired, bro. There's no way that man gave up his family for this, bro. There ain't no way, bro. I can't believe he
Hey,
sacrificed his family, his marriage, the relationship with his kids for this, for
For this,
this.
bro.
Nah, Pat,
look,
what's going on, man? Talk to me, dog.
look. I honestly, as far as that whole Tom Brady situation with his wife and kids, I'm not gonna speak on that, and I probably never will, cause the way I look at it, people separate all the time, man. Everybody handle it different. Just don't bring your shit to work. And I'm hoping we can get some type of, you know, type of wins going on. Something, man. We need something. We need a big prayer. Everybody, put y'all hands in the air for Tom Brady and the Bucks. And I gotta say it that way because I think he need the most prayers right now. But all jokes aside, we gotta come together, man. We gotta figure it out. Byron Leftwich ain't been calling plays. Team ain't been executing right. Um, we getting some people back from injuries on defense. On the D line, and we just lost Shaq Barrett to IR, Achilles. I don't know. We get people back, we lose people. I really don't know what to say, but we got a long
Damn, man,
season still.
that sound like a broken man, bro. That sound like a man who don't know what happened
We got a
with
long
his old lady,
season.
bro.
Hey,
Like
man, you know what? He
you
sound
know,
like how I used to sound.
you know, when you break up with your old lady, and all your homeboys ask you what happened, bro. You don't really got no answers, bro. That's what that sounds
I
like.
ain't got nothing to say, bro. This bitch tripping.
Hey, that's how I used to feel as a Dolphins fan, man. Welcome.
All right, man.
Bro.
So let's move the conversation forward though. Because at the end of the day, just like in NBA, right? Like it's cool to win the off season, it's cool to win the trade deadline, bro. But ultimately, these things have to matter or whatever, right? Um, and we're not gonna know until the end of the season. You know, Bradley Chubb, when he plays, he's great. The problem is that Bradley Chubb has never been as good at any point in his NFL career. It's just odd that he's decided to be a beast on his contract year, bro. And then so that's my only pause for concern. I love Christian McCaffrey. I Gmob, you said it about T.J. Hawkinson, right? Listen, last time I seen somebody trade their own player to their own division rival, bro, that was Donovan McNabb, but that boy was washed, bro. So the Lions must know something that I don't know, bro. Like they said, we don't care about seeing this dude twice a year, bro. Y'all can have him, bro. So I just hey, I'm gonna put my hands up, hey, whatever, right? But the one that I find the most interesting, bro, and this has nothing to do with a good team. The teams are bad. This team is bad. The
I know
quarterback
who
is
it is.
bad.
Yep.
Yeah, you know
I
what it
know
is.
who it is.
You know, but they just keep giving this guy every excuse in the world, bro. My most interesting trade so far is a player that can't even play this year, bro, because he got in too good with the bookie, bro. You feel me? That Florida,
Richard
that
Pennies, baby.
yeah, he got too good with the bookie, bro. His name is Calvin Ridley. The last time we seen Calvin Ridley, he was dominating cornerbacks. The last time we seen Calvin Ridley, he was a godsend for Matt Ryan. The last time we seen Calvin Ridley, he looked like baby Julio Jones, right? So I'm happy he went to the Jaguars, right? I'm so happy, bro, because now nobody can ever give this bastard Trevor Lawrence any fucking excuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. So the only thing about that Calvin Ridley trade that kind of that gives me pause and it's the same thing I'll say about Deshaun Watson, is when you don't play football or any type of competitive sport for that long, there might be rust there that's like to the frame of your vehicle, right? That might be rust that you might not be able to fix. Because for the most part, these professional athletes have been playing football for 12, 15 years straight. Very rarely do they take this much time off. So how do you reacclimate to game speed? And I know Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be like the next
Nah,
upcoming
we
quarter.
not saying that no more, bro. That boy is 5-20 in 25 games. We're not even saying that.
Okay, I
That's
did
dead.
see a stat there that says that he's actually one game worse than Gardner Minshew. But hey, besides that,
Gardner
yeah,
Minshew has better stats.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gardner
Gardner
Minshew
Minshew
did
has
have better
better,
stats,
way better stats, bro. So,
and you
okay,
have to
to
give
that
up.
point though,
Yeah.
to that point that you're trying to make, right? I vehemently disagree. I would have agreed if it wasn't 2 years ago, right? So think about this, right? Think about it. Think about it. I'm gonna give you several names who did not play for a year and dominated. Rashawn Slater, as a rookie, he didn't play his senior year in college. Was probably one of the best offensive linemen in the league. What's the lineman that went to the Lions? They got drafted before Rashawn Slater.
Oh, Panay Sewell.
Panay Sewell. When they moved Panay Sewell to his natural position of left tackle, because remember he struggled at right tackle, but they put him at left tackle and he was dominant for the rest of the year for the Lions. Did not play his senior year at Oregon.
Now give me some skill positions.
Bet I got you. Jamar Chase. Did Jamar Chase play his junior year? No. He took his entire junior year off. He played as a freshman. He played as a sophomore. Jamar Chase was an All Pro as a rookie, bro. And I'll give you one more person. Micah Parsons did not play his junior year at Penn State. He was the defensive rookie of the year, and he's going to win defensive player of the year this year. I think because of the way that these guys train year round, it's not like the 80s, it's not like the 90s where you only actually got in shape when football came around because you had two a days, you had so much football that you actually had to do that you didn't want to train when you didn't have to actually train for football. Now, there's reduced practices. There's reduced hitting in practice. You don't have to play that much football outside of football as much. So these guys are rejuvenated. They have more energy, and their bodies are more fresh because they get to just train year round without having to overwork themselves. So I don't see Calvin Ridley missing a year, messing up Calvin Ridley's game, unless
Perfect.
Calvin Ridley was really at the bookie all this year, bro. He didn't give a fuck. Then you
And
got me. You
I'm gonna
got me
say,
at that point, bro.
Herb, that is extremely sound logic that I'm gonna just fucking disagree with. I think he might come back and be fucking washed. And the same thing with Deshaun Watson. I'm a down
And
that hill.
here's the problem, though. Here's the problem, though. The reason why you think he's going to be washed is because his quarterback is Trevor Lawrence. He might be doing his job, but Trevor Lawrence will never let you know, and he's going to get all the blame.
Is Trevor
It's
Lawrence
everybody's fault except for Trevor Lawrence,
is
bro.
Trevor Lawrence worse than a declining Matt Ryan?
There's nobody worse than a decline. That is probably one of the worst quarterbacks I have ever seen.
Because
That guy is terrible.
Matt Ryan's clip was fucking terrible.